Welcome back. You're watching the Dr. Nandi Show. Thanks for staying with us. Now, you're likely wondering how to get started growing your own garden. Well, here with me to discuss the ABCs of organic farming is Noah Bleich. Noah, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
He runs an organic social justice tea company, and prior to that, he planted trees with at-risk youth in Los Angeles and also led a Gardens for Kids program. Now, what does organic garden kind of mean to you? It looks like it's been your whole life, huh?
Yeah, it's right. Growing up, I used to garden with my dad, and I think there's this unspoken rule that when you have a kid, you want the best for them.
Yes.
Right? Because that's what more than you had. And the organic standard helps protect that. It protects the earth even more so than it protects your personal health.
So many of our guests today have said exactly what you did, which is that their parents started them off, which is so cool. I love that. And so you want to give the best for them, but how about for yourself? Do you feel like you're doing better for the planet, you're doing better for your own health?
Yeah, I think it's an overall understanding that you're making a difference. You know, we often feel we can't do anything, but what we do with our money can affect it. What we do, how we do things, that has a greater impact, and you can affect that. It's not influenced by others.
And it's nice that you're coming on the show because you can show others, you know, how you do it, and they can follow as well. Now, you've got a demonstration for us, and you got 5 steps. Maybe you can go through it with us here.
Yeah, sure. Gardening is always super fun. So we use this aquarium. You can grow it in an aquarium if you want. It's better usually for fish. But you can do it, and
I like it.
The reason we do it is basically the cameras here are HD; they're not X-ray.
That's
so
right.
If we did this out of wood, you couldn't see what was going on.
Yeah, but then you start with some layers. Go ahead and go through that with me if you could.
The first layer, we use some rocks. Now, there's 2 reasons you use rocks. First is you want a separation between the ground and the soil you're using, because if you don't know if it's organic, then you're basically going to contaminate your soil.
Huge, especially if you don't know what your neighbor's using because it leaks over. So you put the rocks, and then what do you put the soil above that?
Yeah, so then you put the soil next. The other thing the rocks do is they also add aeration. If you look, and you can see it perfectly in an aquarium, see how it looks like it's like moist, there's like water on the
Yes.
If your soil is good, it's alive, just like your gut.
Yes.
It's breathing right now. The organisms in there are breathing out water and moisture, and that's a good sign that your soil is healthy. So you do that, the rocks, then you have the soil, and we use organic soil, looks like this.
Nothing like good dirt, is it?
Yeah,
I know the director won't love this, but I'm going to put some good dirt in my hands. Yeah. Not in my jacket. Brian's not in my jacket, so.
Yeah, it's always fun to get a little messy.
Yes.
So then we put the soil. Then after the soil, we use this. This is a common thing in landscaping.
Oh, yeah.
It's a barrier between the ground and I guess the atmosphere and the sun, so that weeds can't grow.
Nice. So you don't have to use pesticides.
Exactly. If you prevent the weeds, you don't have to spray things on them that are bad. The next thing we do is we put wood chips. Now, the wood chips also do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
They add another barrier for the weeds. Okay. They also, you guys in Michigan don't have this problem, but we in LA do, is we don't have as much water. So the bark, or the wood chips, will maintain a lot of the moisture and keep your ground more moist. So that way you don't have to water as much. Because again, the second side of farming is, where does the water come from? In California, people are always fighting over water, especially the farmers, because they need more to grow more food. And so it's a balance. So if you use less, then you're going to be better off. And you can also do things like collect your shower water. That's fresh water.
So nice.
Yeah. Put it in a bucket, leave it outside for 24 hours because it's going to off gas. All of the volatile organic compounds from your shower water will come off, then use it and put it in your garden.
That's wonderful. And then you've got some plants here. Maybe you can tell us what you got, so I'd love to plant one of these bad boys.
Sure, let's do it. So we got some tomatoes, jalapenos, hot banana plants, and poblano.
I love me some jalapenos. Let's do that.
Let's do it. Let's make a salsa. I got the tomato.
And this is, you said, what kind of a pot is this?
So this is called a peat pot. They come from peat bogs, and they basically take it's organic material, and they compress it into a pot.
Okay.
And what's nice is this, you grow your seedlings in these, then you just plant the whole pot. You don't have any plastic. Put it in there. You can see it going in nice and snug. Then we're going to take this out. You got your little tag there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not good form.
No.
No. And then what do you got?
You're take some dirt first.
You're not giving, dirt. But then I'm looking at wine there. You're not giving your plants wine, are you?
No, that's for the gardener.
Man. Okay.
So I can put a little dirt around it, right? Because you want to bury your plant. So
yeah.
Some dirt.
Well, I love playing with dirt.
Look at
this good dirt, you guys.
There's actually a study that just came out that said that the bacteria in the dirt help you develop your immune system. And that if you don't get to play with dirt, it weakens your immune system.
Nature magazine, they talked about that first, yeah. then you've got this wine bottle.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
So sometimes you're going to go on vacation in your garden. You're like, oh, what am I going to do? You could put on the big sprinkler system, but that wastes a lot of water. Or you maybe just have 1 or 2 plants and you're going away. So what you could do is you could take this, and we're going to clear a little spot.
Okay.
And if you just take it, put your fingers on it,
Wow, it's so smart.
stick it into the soil.
Wow, it's so smart.
It should sit right there. Now you notice it's not much of it spilling out. Because what's happening is the water is basically creating a barrier, and as it dries out, the forces will suck that water out and feed the plant continuously.
And we have just about a minute, but you've got, now you're not putting omelets in the plants, are you? What's these? What
Yeah,
are these
you put
eggs?
the vegetables in the omelet. So what we're going to do is, one problem, especially in really wet climates, like here, back east where I'm from, you have slugs. Slugs love to eat your garden. So what we're going to do is you're going to take some eggshells. You can take one too.
Oh yeah, please do.
Participatory. Just crush it. Then what you do is you sprinkle it around the edge of your garden. And what happens is the slugs are going to go over your eggshells. Got to bring it up a little bit. And then as they slide over, it's going to kill them. And that way you don't have to use pesticides to kill them. You just use nature. And you're probably going to throw those out anyway.
And then you've got some garlic.
Yes. So this is a very common home thing that people do. You take some garlic, a couple cloves, put it in about a cup of water, pop it in your blender, and blenderize it. Then let it sit 24 hours, then dilute it to about a gallon size, and then drain out the little parts.
Yes.
And then you could use that solution as a natural insecticide.
Awesome. Man, you are the man. This is unbelievable. This is going to help so many people understand how easy it is to really get started. Important stuff. It's time for a break. Coming up next, key foods to grow that help you support your immune function. And remember, more dirt. We'll be right back.